live. Welcome everybody. Hope you guys are all having a fantastic day today. Now in today's live stream, we are going to be chatting about, yes, you guys guessed it, swing trading stocks. We're going to be talking about how to grow small accounts, pretty much my strategies, my mindset, everything you guys need to get started with mastering swing trading in the stock market. So guys, I hope you guys all enjoyed this. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask down below. If you guys want to learn more about swing trading, trading in the market, check out our school. Right now, we're going to be doing a massive sale for anybody that watches this live. How it works is you guys use code LIVE for $50 off. This is one of the largest sales we've ever done. It's absolutely fantastic. We have private live streams where you guys can ask questions. We have a group chat. We got quizzes. We got lectures. We got everything you guys need to master swing trading in the stock market. So check it out. I put it in the chat room for you guys. So check that out. I'm very excited for this code because I know a lot of you guys have been wanting a good code. So this is $50 off, which is awesome. So let's jump into this here. So when it comes with swing trading and trading in the markets here, what do we look for? So for me and my approach here, I keep everything super simple. I love the expression MISS, M-I-S-S, make it simple, stupid. Don't overcomplicate your trading. Honestly, this is very important for me. So this is a stock here that we actually recently just bought. And this is ticker symbol, I think it's PR. Yeah, PR here. Looking at this stock here, what you have to have before you guys buy any stock is to have a checklist. So having a checklist is a great way to make sure you always choose quality plays over quantity. So what I do is I get out my handy dandy notebook that I use on every single trade, and I start writing it out. So for me and my approach here, I make sure I have a checklist before I buy. So let's go through them together, and then you guys can maybe start implementing that in some of your swing trades or whatever you guys want to do. So all right, so the first thing I have is a stock on an upward trend. Obviously PR, looking at this thing, beautiful upward trend, as you guys can see. Okay, the next thing is support. So support could be a couple of things. It could be a certain indicator. It could be a certain price. With this stock here with ticker symbol PR, we have two supports. Okay. The first support here that we're going to talk about is this yellow line. So you guys can actually see where it hits this line almost twice here, pretty much twice, hits it, stalling pressure. Hits it, stalling pressure. So now this resistance line has a tendency of acting as new support. So you guys can see it breaks above it right on this beautiful resistant breakout. This would be a really good entry point, to be honest. But this stock squeezed out, continued to rally its way down, hit that old resistance. Now it acts as new support, right? Hits it, buying pressure, hits it, buying pressure. Recently, the stock came in contact with that price here, hit it, and we got a little bit of some consolidation. Now, looking at this play here, the approach that I have is heavy support on this, as well as this red line. This red line is what we call the 200-day moving average line. This line acts as support. It also acts as resistance. You guys can see it hits it in the past a whole bunch. Gotten great buying pressure there. Okay, so now it acts as when the stock's below it, you guys can see it just loves to get sell off below it, and it's just not really that good. So we always want to make sure we're buying above moving average lines. Okay, the next thing is, what is the RSI? The RSI stands for the relative strength index. This thing is trading for a 34 right now on the RSI, which could be a little high, to be honest with you. Normally, we like anything under a 30. So that's something to take a note of. And you guys can see that the last time it was trading for a 34 was back in here where we had these good moves. Previous to that was in here where we had this. Previous to that, that. So going through and just making sure the RSI is relatively low. You never want to trade a stock that has a very high RSI. Okay, the next thing is earnings. So the earnings for this stock here is actually, I believe, next week. So what I do is I set an alert in either the day before the trade. I'll probably most likely exit the trade beforehand. The reason why is because holding during an earnings is very risky. And looking at the stock here, you guys can see a couple of earnings, right? Here's one right here. So this is an earnings where the stock went from 14 to 12. The other one was here where it went from 14 to about 16. So 50-50 chance of making money anytime you guys trade a stock that is going through an earnings. So for me, I never go through it, and I'll just exit the trade. The only time I will grant you this, the only time I will hold during an earnings is more on a long-term swing trade. Long-term swing trades for me are anything over about a month or two. So I do have a couple of positions that I'm actually doing that with just because they sold off. I think it's a good price to buy it. But the last thing I look for is support or some sort of breakout on a hourly chart. So you guys can see it did have this old trend here where it pretty much was just getting selling pressure all the way down here, and then on the yellow is getting buying pressure, right? So you guys can see it hits it, buying pressure, selling pressure, buying pressure. It just stair-stepped its way down. Okay, recently what we've seen is a possible reversal, and how this works here, it's super simple. You guys can see just this general downward trend is breaking out, right? You guys can see we're consolidated, forming a resistant breakout, right? So this looks really nice. It does have, some pretty hard support here as well. So we could see that wave of going up, which is nice. So for me, we hopped in, near and around like the 15.25 area, right in this range, setting our stops just below about $15. So my approach and thought process behind this, because before you ever make a trade, so hopping in near and around the 15.20 area, setting our target price up here at resistance levels, and our stop loss, I'm gonna put it pretty much below about 14 in the 14.80s to $15, right in that range. So it's about, we could say, a 4-to-1 risk and reward. So we're risking $1 to make about $4 a share, which is really good. So we do have some other stocks here that we did take a couple of trades on. This one here is Google. You guys can see on the hourly chart where it is forming just this nice trend line going up. We took this trade looking at the daily. You guys can kind of see, looking at the EMA, hit that 90-day moving average line. It's gotten buying pressure there before. Took a nice trade to see if we can get a push higher. This is the only position that's up today. Microsoft is most likely going to see some volatility because the earnings is today. Yes, so this is a position that right now is something that we normally don't do. But I plan on holding this for a couple of weeks to a couple of months. And if it does dip down, I have no issue averaging down with my position with this. Okay, the next one here is Costco. We recently just bought. Costco here sold off from $8.95 all the way down to $8.06, which might not seem like a big move, but for a massive corporation like Costco, this is a 9% sell-off from the highs. Okay, looking at the RSI, trading for a 32, which last time it was trading for a 32 was all the way back here, and this is in mid 2023. So very undervalued point for the stock. I think that we're going to see a good buying pressure out of it. Looking at the hourly, it did find some support here. It's starting to break down a little bit, but it's fine. I don't have any issue right now with Costco if I'm holding this thing for a minute. Costco is a stable company. If it does dip down, I could have a very similar approach with Microsoft, where I'm just going to average in. I know it's not going anywhere. I can always put it to my long-term portfolio, and that will be that. But now let's talk about stocks with opportunity. So these are all the positions that we're in on. And let's now talk about stocks with some opportunity here. So The first one here is ticker symbol. Let's go ahead and go to the daily, because going to the daily is always a little better here. So this one here is ticker symbol CENX. CENX here is approaching the 200-day moving average line. I do think a good entry would be near and around 14 to see if you can get a push up to like $14.50 to $15. The risk and reward for this is relatively decent. But I do believe it's going to be coming up to an earnings soon, so you just got to take a note of that. Let's see if we can find it here. Sometimes it will tell you when the upcoming earnings is. Maybe not. Maybe on this one here. Okay, yes. Earnings release is going to be 8. So this is going to be about a week and a day from right now. So that's something to take note of as well. So we could see a move from the 200-day moving average line up to at least the 90, which would be a relatively decent risk and reward. If we draw that out, let's bring that down like such. Our stop loss up. So 4-to-1 risk and reward, which is pretty good. Then we got ticker symbol SBLK. SBLK here, we actually threw an alert here down at the 200-day moving average line. I do think sell-off was a little necessary before entering this position. Now, as far as it goes, is looking for some sort of support. So it does look like, as of right now, it is approaching a support line. So we could possibly see a move going up. There's a couple approaches you could have with this. The first one is a move from 22 to see if you can push up to 23. Short trade, most likely to happen. But still could definitely see a good move. Then we got AR. AR here is a stock that is kind of breaking down through these 200-day moving average line. Through these, you guys can see it really just has been stair-stepping its way down. Hasn't really found much traction, much support. Just a little stock that's just kind of selling off a little bit. And it does look like this stock's earnings is tomorrow anyways. So another one here is PINS. PINS here is a stock that actually had a little green today. Zooming in, you guys can see that it was actually, and still is, on this little downward trend like such. So now looking at this, there's two approaches you could have. First approach would be to see if you can get a push up, entering at like the 90-day moving average line on the hourly to see if we can get a push going higher up, some sort of resistant breakout. The second approach here would be entering at about 36.80 to see if you can get a push up to 37. That'd be the approach, the thought process I would have with this one. Then we got GM, General Motors. I actually loved this stock here, and I do think there's still some opportunity for it though. And you guys can see it just found that nice support here on the 1-hour chart and just rallied its way up. This is why finding support on lower time frames is very, very, very important, because looking at the difference here, right? No support, just stair-stepping its way down. This is just a recipe for disaster, right? Sell-off's coming. It barely is even doing much. Comparing to like GM sold off on a bad earnings, which is fine. Now found some support. The best entry would have been yesterday when we actually talked about this in the private group. And then it opened up really strong, but we did take some other trades. But I really loved this one. And if we do possibly get a little dip down, and I could enter here at 45 to see if we can get a push to break out, there's still options. Then we got PDD. PDD, you guys can see, found no support on the hourly, just broke down through all this stuff. So for me, not a good trade. Looking at the daily, you guys can see, did sell off past the 200-day moving average line, which it has done in the past. So I granted that there still could be a nice move going soon. Let's see. It doesn't say when the upcoming earnings is. We got Royal Caribbean. I really liked this stock here from what I remember. Yeah, you guys can see, found support, rallied its way up. Very simple. Don't overcomplicate your trading. And if you guys are new to the live, welcome. I gotta welcome everybody now and then. The thing is here with trading and all that stuff. just keep everything simple. Don't overcomplicate stuff. It's not gonna be good. You're gonna lose money. And if you guys are new, I highly recommend getting a trading journal. Getting a trading journal is awesome. They're only a couple bucks on Amazon. I'll put mine down below. But this is it right here. Boom, trading journal. Get one. Everyone needs one. But you don't even need this. Get a notebook. Get a notebook. Something. Get something to constantly write stuff down so you have a plan with your trades. Another one here is CrowdStrike. Dude, I don't even know what's going on with this. I'm so happy we did not buy this. What's funny is when this thing got crushed, I was really, really considering buying a very large position in this. But very happy that I did not. Very happy that I didn't. It's just stair-stepping its way down. Not looking good. But I know once the bulls get back to this thing's going to soar. And it's like buying this stock, actually not even that long ago, at the end of 2023. So, But another play here that we're looking at is ticker symbol ARGX. ARGX, this stock here, the approach that I have with it is actually using it's called a golden cross. You guys can see where these moving average lines cross over. Historically with stocks, every time they do that, right, you guys can see where they cross here. This one here is on the opposite cross, so this would be selling. But you guys can see where pretty much the blue line breaks up through the red one. If you guys can see it, let me make sure you guys can see it. Yeah. Okay, you guys, so historically, anytime a stock has this tendency of breaking up through it, what you do is you enter on the cross, right? You enter on the cross. The issue with it is you got to set your stops way below it. We got to set your stops below the red like that. And you guys can see shortly later, boom, good buying pressure out of it. So it's a little play that we're working on. And I do think there's still some potential here. So looking at this, crossed up, rallying its way up. So we'll see what happens with this one. Definitely one to take note of. Then we got this one here, ticker symbol SMCI. SMCI, super microcomputer. This stock is trading on the 200-day moving average line. So we could see a nice move from the 670 up to 800 would be my thought process on this. So, but yeah, these are the approach and strategies that I have. I do want to go ahead and just break down some stocks here with you guys. So the approaches that I have here, one of the things here is the golden cross. And the golden cross is a really good strategy for people that have a hard time with entries. And this is a very common question that I do get asked. And that's kind of why we're working on it. There is other indicators you guys can use, like the MACD, where you could enter on the signal line breaking up through the MACD line. Yes, but I do think most people will already have moving average lines up. So if you can get that golden cross, it could represent a good opportunity to buy it. So let's pull up another one here. I do have a little scanner off to my left here. Ticker symbol FL. I have not looked at any of these, so cut me some slack. So you guys can see the situation here where we have this golden cross right here. Boom. The stock ever since rallied its way up, right? This move was an astonishing 14% move, and it's going up, right? So these crosses, they really do a great job. You guys can see another one. Let's go ahead. And I am looking at the hourly chart, for those of you wondering. You guys can see, or the daily, excuse me. You guys can see the cross here rallied its way up. So there could be, this little hack here for people that are having a hard time with those. So if you guys are new, make sure you guys subscribe. Like right now. I want to get us up to at least 5 likes. So if you guys are watching, make sure you guys like right now, because it really, really helps me out. So just do that. I appreciate you guys. But all right, let's go back here. Where did I throw? Oh, right here. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. I saw we got a couple. So thank you. Thank you. Okay, so another one here, that does look like we are getting it, some sort of golden cross, is ticker symbol BXP. BXP here. So BXP, you guys can see golden cross. Some of these, it looks like it already happened, and we're trying to find it beforehand. So that's the issue here. Let's see what we got. So maybe something like this one. Ticker symbol CHSN. And I'm trying to see. Yeah, it does look like they are. Okay. Well, this one here, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. So honestly, I probably got to do my due diligence on a good scanner for us before I just start. Welcome, Mitch. Hope you're having a great day. Hope you're learning stuff. Hope you're doing good. Yeah. So I do think Golden Cross could be a good opportunity or a good option for a lot of people out there. If you guys want me to keep going, looking at stocks, feel free to ask any questions. Feel free to, if you want to look at any opportunity. Oh, one of the stocks here, that's moving and grooving is, I believe it's PayPal, if I'm not mistaken. I got an alert this morning because I do hold a little bit in, I think, one of my accounts. Now, we entered on the support here a long time ago, about a couple weeks ago. This was like an IRA play. I bought it super undervalued. I know we're on a downward trend, but bought some. Wasn't much. I think it was less than $500 worth, but still, guys, we're up 8%. Nice. Yeah, and I believe this is out of some sort of earnings report. Looks like it. So that's always good to see, with fintech and financials and banking. Always want to make sure they're doing relatively decent because they keep a lot of the market up. It's surprising, and I understand it's just PayPal but let's see how we're doing. So how long have we been live for? I don't even know. Good amount of time. Another one here that we want to look at is ticker symbol. What is it, Mitch? SERV. SERV here. So robotics company. This thing is soaring. Okay. This thing is soaring. It does actually look like we had that golden cross, surprisingly, right here. So we could see a little move. One of the issues that I've faced with the golden cross type of plays is they're already up so much. This stock could still rally up, but if we go to, I'm sure, like the hourly, let's go to the hourly and see how we're looking. So, okay. So what I would do is I would set an alert down here at like the 90-day moving average line on the daily and see if we can get a move from like 13 going up, just because we do have this. See how this looks. Yeah. So we definitely would need a little more sell-off here for me to enter, at least, just because. But I know there still could be a move here. Let's go back to. But yeah, good. This definitely could see some buying pressure for sure. Let's see here. Let's see. Price. Actually, this is a cool. So I'm recently looking at. It's called Stock Monitor. It actually does a relatively decent job of finding some opportunity. Something to take note of. Yeah. MA. How much do you factor fundamentals? Okay, so we got MA with NVIDIA. Okay, NVDA. All right, so looking at this one here. Yeah, so this would be a play that I definitely would throw on watch, right? You guys can see good upward trend, sold off down to the 90-day moving average line. Even if you look close, you guys can see this wick right here. that wick represents buying pressure. So we know anything under like 105, there's going to be buying pressure. I would have no issue, honestly, just buying this position. If we do get more sell-off, which easily could happen, especially if we don't find support on the hourly or lower time frames, but enter on the 90, set an alert down the road. If this thing sells off, I would have no issue buying more at a cheaper price. Okay, Nvidia bought SERV. Okay, so that explains why we're getting so much buying pressure. That also explains, most likely, let's see. Wait, let me see here. Verse right here. Which one was it? SERV. I want to see. Confirm. All right. I wasn't sure how this one was gonna react to it, but this thing's the other one just really up a lot. But this one here, I would feel a lot more comfortable taking a position, and if we get sell off, just average down. I'm not sure what Nvidia's next earnings is. 28th. Okay, so next month. All right, how much do you factor in fundamentals of a company when short-term trading aside from earnings reports? Or would you say that the fundamentals are already incorporated into the price action of the stock when looking at the chart and becomes purely? So like the thing is here is what I do is I'll look at the fundamentals, of course, right? With most of my trades, I will always make sure we have some sort of decent fundamentals, but I do factor, I would say 10% for fundamentals and 90 for technicals. By the time at least I already enter the position, kind of like you said, I do factor that the fundamentals in most cases are already incorporated into the price of the stock, so. But I will try to look at them. I just think it's better to. I would rather have more information than not enough. So, but whoa, geez, I about punched my monitor here. But yeah, so. That's honestly what I would recommend doing, but especially for swing trading, just because with swing trading you're only in on the position for 6 to 9 days on average, so really given yeah, no problem, but yeah, guys, so this has been a fun live. I'm trying to go live more often. I know you guys appreciate it. I love doing it. So if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys like, subscribe. Don't forget to check out our amazing swing trading masterclass course right now. Code live for $50 off. One of the largest sales we've done. Check that out, and then don't forget to check out our journal here. You guys can get these right on Amazon. So, but alrighty, have a good day. See you, Mitch. Have a good one, guys.